Ah, yes, the clickbait title. Got him. D's nuts. Yeah, but welcome in. So first off, I want to say I did not subscribe to the theory that the Vikings should trade Dalvin Cook. Although I am part of the mind is like, are they going to overpay Dalvin next contract? I don't really know. But I still think that Dalvin has a chance to be one of the best running backs in the NFL for many years to come. I believe in his talents. And also remember when he went out with injury, screen game, short passing game, took a big drop right off the edge, right? But also, we like seeing things from all angles, and also it's the off season, so now's the time to just sort of throw poop against the wall and see what sticks, right? So I wanted to look at it from the other side and explore if there was a legit case to be made that the Vikings should explore trading Dalvin Cook, or at least listen, a Scoochar to offer. So here are 3 reasons why the Vikings should trade Dalvin Cook. Why not? Number 1, Dalvin's value will never be higher. And it's a combination of a couple things. First off, he's coming off an 1,135-yard rushing season with 13 TDs, no big deal, as well as throwing in 53 catches for 519 yards. And you just saw that when Dalvin was on and he's healthy, he can be one of the most explosive running backs in the NFL, as well as at that size, come around the corner, married in a perfect outside zone scheme with Kubiak. Ooh, shoot. I mean, come on, babe. And also, he did all that in 14 games because remember, he missed one with injury. He slowed down in a couple, due to the amorphous shoulder, chest, other shoulder injury. Yeah, and then also he sat out week 17 as well. So extrapolate those numbers out a little bit. And also the fact that he still has 1 year left on his rookie deal, that could be appealing to some teams in terms of the trade market, because once Dalvin signs that second contract, whether it's with the Vikings or somewhere else, his trade value becomes nil because no one's trading for running back contracts of that size. Number 2 reason to trade Dalvin Cook is said upcoming contract, right? So the Vikings will have to make a decision. Probably not this offseason. I think they'll let it ride with Dalvin just because of the injury question. Can he stay healthy? Can he do it relatively healthy for 2 years in a row? So I think they will eschew signing Dalvin to an extension this offseason unless he gives them a sweetheart of a deal, and they'll look towards next offseason. But the Vikings will have to make a decision if they want to shell out and pay Dalvin, that top tier running back money, put him up in, the Zeke, Todd Gurley, David Johnson type dollars. And there are a lot of factors that go into it. Number 1 is Dalvin's health. And like we said, can he do it 2 years in a row at a high level? And also, I mean, even though the cap is going to be skyrocketing in 2021 with the new CBA, if Kirk Cousins remains, if the Vikings re-sign him to a second contract here, and he's making $35, $37, even $40 million a year, I mean, does it become untenable, even though hashtag cap's a myth, does it become untenable if your quarterback, running back, and 2 wide receivers are eating up $75 million of cap space? I mean, it's kind of a lot, right? Also, a factor sort of under the radar is that we as Vikings fans, maybe we got a little bit jaded by the running back dogma that we've had on this franchise for a number of years, because even it goes back to the Herschel Walker trades. Like, hey, we need to trade all of these picks and all of these players for a running back. We need to do that up. Just all in. And then also with Adrian Peterson, he was the be-all, end-all. He was the best running back in the league for a number of years. He's a first-ballot Hall of Famer easily. But also, perhaps our fan base got into the mindset like, hey, you got to build around the running back. You got to do that up. Maybe that's why we like Zimmer so much, because he wants to run the piss out of the football and protect his quarterback, which is not really how it's done in today's NFL. So here's some trivia with the Adrian stuff. Question. How many playoff games did Adrian Peterson win for the Vikings without Brett Favre? Give you a second. Answer is 0. Goose egg. Numero 0. D'Angelo Russell. Number 0 in your program. Number 1 in your heart. That's right. None. Yeah, Adrian was 0-3 in the playoffs without Favre, and the counter has always been like, well, look who his quarterback was. It was T-Jack, and it's Brooks Bollinger, and it's Christian Ponder. Exactly. That is exactly the point. This is a quarterback league, and if you can't even win a playoff game with an all-time generationally great running back, what does that tell you, right? So also, you look at recent running back extensions, and with Zeke, it's too early to tell, but also you look at, so Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley, Devonta Freeman, David Johnson, Jerick McKinnon, Miss Jet, Lamar Miller, Deion Lewis. That went straight down the line of highest paid running backs who are not on the rookie deal. So no Saquon, no Fournette, no McCaffrey, etc. So have any of them lived up to the money? Not really. No, not really at all. And lastly, reason number 3 to potentially trade Dalvin Cook, the Kubiak running system. So the Kubiak-Shanahan outside zone scheme, blah, 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 has famously made somebodies out of nobodies for years. It's almost a trope and a cliche at this point. Because remember, in Denver, there was a certain 6th-round pick out of Georgia named Terrell Davis who just ran his way into the Hall of Fame. No big deal. But also 1,000-yard rushers like Orlandis Gary and Mike Anderson and Reuben Drones, and even Peyton Hillis got to start in Denver. And then also in Houston, just Kubiak riding solo. Kubiak turned UDFA out of Tennessee running back Arian Foster into one of the best running backs in the NFL for a hot stretch. He did that, as well as former Vikings legend Ben Tate. Remember he was actually a thing? Great. So the fact that this system sort of agnostic of stars, does that factor in? I mean, it sort of has to, right? Because Alexander Madison looked damn good his rookie year. There's a reason why Candy Polamalu fist pump snap called when he was available in the 4th round after the Vikings traded down 17 times. I think that was the entire strategy, but whatever. But also the factor in that he's on his rookie deal making peanuts for the next 3 seasons. I mean, could he carry this team on the ground absent of Dalvin Cook? I mean, as of right now, I would say no. I think Madison is much more of a basher. He doesn't really have that extra gear that Dalvin Cook certainly has. But could you pair Alexander Madison up with a quicker scat back and turn it into a 2-headed monster for less than $2 million a year? I mean, probably. Just reaching out and finding another late round or UDFA jabroni and toss in the mix into this running scheme, and he can put up numbers. I mean, it's possible. It certainly is possible. So the question is, also has to factor in, like, what could you get for Dalvin Cook at this point? Because given Dalvin's injury history, the fact that he's done it for 1 year, the fact that he is also under contract for only 1 more year on his rookie deal, and also you toss in the depressed nature of the running back market, because everything we just said with the running back contracts, as well as replaceability at a position that has a high attrition rate, I mean, that all factors in. So what could you do? I mean, probably a 2nd-round pick. If you're maxing out there, that's probably the top end of the market for a Dalvin Cook at this point. And I know all the nations, everyone will be like, well, demand a 1st-round pick. We want a top 10 pick. Well, you ain't going to get it, so what's the point? But I guess, I mean, you can ask for it. The worst they can say is no, which they will say no. So I think the top end of the market for Dalvin right now will be a 2nd-round pick, but probably a higher-end 2nd-round pick. So you look at the Dolphins, who are flush with cash, and also they could sign Teddy this offseason because Miami is actually a popular destination, or actually would be a good destination going forward, as well as they have 3 first-round picks via trades with Pittsburgh as well as with Houston. So into the 2nd round, say the Dolphins are on the clock, beep, bop, 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 boop, what's up? And of course, Rick has substantial ties to the Dolphins organization. They offer number 39 overall for Dalvin Cook, which is the 7th pick in the 2nd round. What say you? What say you at this point? So if the Vikings have no intentions of breaking the bank for Dalvin Cook, paying him over $10 million a year on a big-time running back extension, and right now they can sort of cash out, they have a stock that's probably peaking at this point with Dalvin Cook, and they're getting a premium 2nd-round pick in the deal, would you do it? Do you believe in Alexander Madison? Do you believe in just replacement running backs they could toss back there and replace 33? At this point, I would say no, but I could see why you'd be tempted by it. So just putting that information out there. But that's it. Those are the 3 reasons why the Vikings should look into trading Dalvin Cook. Again, I don't agree with it at this point, but also everyone has a price. I mean, if that 39 turns into a late 1st-round pick, now maybe you got Stu going. But what are your thoughts? Trading Dalvin Cook? Question mark. Let us know in the comment section below. Also, subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, below some the Venmo. As well as hit that join button. Become a monthly or platinum Jerome player. Plus, give us a follow on social media as well. Until next time, Skol, Production Valley.